lawyer Andre Japamesa, it's only fair some more opportunity because you know enye only Same ye kase na Larry Dogbe ye editor of the Herald newspaper was sending me short mienu of no any paper back the date you cry day we September 17th okay 2018 ono de aba NPP MP caught in ECG concession scandal says NDC Haruna Idris is aware of conflict of interest and was another one
but I don't know topics
Baba caught among new ECG owners how a sleeping nation freely gave away strategic asset to political cronies.
Obi na honorable Mercer assembly call parliament no
o declare ono awa me pacho
because me nyahu record no mako check Hansard
Samejanfi allow the honorable enti record honorable ade yenya we the opportunity is there to state your once
what's na ha osma me insinuations. Yes. Mama yen cast innuendos. Na better no ye no. What did he do?
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Say asam no odaho. Na one can say create one set of facts. Now if you there peddling it no all of a sudden no on no but tend to the truth. It's your cup of tea. Obi, Maka, and I would say it again that ordinarily, Larry Dogbe, or starting with them story, see, all the way September of 2018. Read content of the first story, read the second one, then read the third, and potentially the last one are Honorable Jenapo audio statement. Read the content of all. The story no will change at every time. Of course, there is a fundamental truth be there. I'm a director of TG Energy Solutions.
Okay.
It's a fact. And that role was requested of me and my clients. I'm in cooperative company in 2013 as a lawyer. Menye MP
at the time.
Menye Obia. I was an ordinary lawyer, and Makade because of attending client privilege, and I was a fair lawyer.
Yeah.
And see, I didn't want to bother with responses. In any event, Obi, ECG process of concession agreement Obeyeno, Abatana was started.
That was so after you sign a compact
when was
agreement,
it?
You know? That was 2014, I think.
That time them people all power.
No.
Be somebody one check on records that them TG Energy did not participate right from that time. Inti process no I would not start it. TG Energy no miracle consortium na was set up PDS no. They operated at the time I'm in a Maban way position. Nana Akufo-Addo Naban only came in to inherit processor Millennium Development Corporation was start at the time you were in government.
But the difference there would be there. It is under Nanado and Oteki the decision say there should be Ghanaian participation.
No, it's not true.
The 51%.
Wait. Saboteur, it had always
came up a review.
Saboteur is the increase of the percentage. Initially, Ghanaian participation was, I believe, 40%.
Okay.
Now, MPP advance no. Yen to me fa asset yen for ma foreigners. Mo won control. Inti Ghanaian entities no won't increase one stake to 51%.
Okay.
Nti MPP what the ECG what am one political cronies Ocheren look obotu wa distort the fact no any which way that you want
Asempa FM.
It won't change the truth. And our many private conversations on this subject.
Yeah.
No call me there as lawyer. My incorporated companies, PR clients will request the lawyer, your secretary, your director. And I agree. And many lawyers do that for their clients. I haven't participated in their meetings, their discussions with whatever, but that's beside the point because I'm a director on record. I don't have a problem. In any event, Obi, what's a timer? Document number parliament, no, I was there. Men declare me interest
At the committee level.
But was I a member of the committee? Bison.
Plenary.
Oh, and a child only will be a question. It's mommy, you know, you have plenary. Conflict of interest rules number one because I want to documents are Ministry of Energy Millennium Development Authority for 1 year on assessment of all the companies I want bid for the concession. What we do? What recommend to abandon there? Look, processes are no. Them company no we need.
Yeah.
Company no PDS no or company made of several companies are
Wabum.
Ghana full Filipinos wom enti approve mbrani chere so banda ma odo ko parliament document number parliament no ibia oye connected with transaction no na new role bia no was disclosed in the documentation. So if we get people like this Obaka Chagana for the when disclose the interest, what does it mean? Ochaden documents or print information or no print or submitting or document, it wasn't sufficient disclosure. And you see, Obi
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
You will chroma ha. Electricity Company of Ghana, only the only Ghanaian entity our experience in power distribution.
Yeah.
Ghana Ghana Kroma or anywhere else in this world are our experience in power distribution. Now, yaka sign agreement. The yen power distribution company no yedrema private people more manage.
No, it's a very important.
Chief,
this story has been running since November last year.
I
think only first year we have an opportunity to explain.
Chai is being exposed. It's a better be interject. I'm focused. Now, Ghanaian company or not Ghanaian individual be any experience in power distribution. Yet, expression of interest document nankasa ya prepare through MIDA. Yes, ya peda Ghanaians will participate. Ochadan ya peda ECG kawa.
No.
ECG is the only Ghanaian our experience in power distribution.
Yeah.
In second ya peda Ghanaians participate. Ochadan
meaning say that Ghanaians have not.
Oh, when you experience in power production, yet these people listen to what they say.
But in
that Ghana full if you want a business amongst his businesses no operate a barber shop. In terms of capacity, they want to work for foreign partners. Our experience in power distribution. Now waba participate in the bidding process. No we winner. You say what?
Enyima, the editor who has been running story, that's Larry Alance Dogbe, said was some quick intervention to make. And I think it's very necessary, at least, to give you the opportunity to address some of the issues.
Look, I mean, this is my last word on this subject.
So that's better. In the end, your opportunity, I can once and for all. Larry Dogbe, Akwaba. Now, also was some quick interventions to make me into you.
Yeah, first of all, somebody just drew my attention that a Japanese was talking about ECG and many other things and so on. Now, first of all, the bit that I listened to him, he has not been truthful to people. To your listeners. One, when this story came to my attention, we got documents about the directorship. First of all, we started doing coming up. Out of the blue, then people started calling. And among one of the guys who called was David Asari. David Asari came to my office and said that he is the owner of TG Energy Solutions. Along the line, on that same document was the name of this guy, Ayensu, the one who owns the barber shop, Philip Ayensu. When David came, David said that he was the owner of TG Energy Solutions. And that because of political expediency, they had to use David Ayensu as one of the directors. Because David has connections within government, including President Akufo-Addo. I called Philip Ayensu long after 2 hours of interview with Philip Asari. Philip Ayensu said that he's the owner of that same company and that nobody else owns the company. He didn't know that I had spoken to David Asari. Again, when I called Ejapamaisa. Ejapamaisa, I have the tape recording. What he's saying today, I'll forward the tape to you. Play that same tape, play his sound today and compare it to what he told me. And you notice the discrepancy in all that he's telling you. The man has not been truthful to this country.
Larry,
that whole thing. I'm coming. Let me draw your attention to something. Another thing that came up is this: that David Asari told me that they don't have the capital to support the operations of ECG, and that they intended using, the assets of ECG to go and source for loans to come and manage the state company. It was then that we noticed that, listen, this whole thing is a scam. Family and friends being created. Another of the directors is a lady who works with Dankwa Institute. It's a lady who works with Dankwa Institute. Another person we spoke to during this investigation was Santa Baron, Mr. Edu.
Ekosiisen on
I hope you just have time so that you arrange a meeting between this guy, what's his name? Ejapamaisa, myself, and then we'll come to your studio and then I'll prove to you certain things that had gone on behind the scenes. The same guys had said that, some people were involved in conflict of interest. That is the BX, the Chinese company. And then the Millennium Challenge people sat down and took them off because of, conflict of interest. Yes, you, Ejapamaisa, you sat in parliament, a document came before, and you were part of that debate. You even voted on that same thing. In a company that you are interested in, he can only be throwing that into the eyes of people who are, who don't know what they're about.
Okay.
He has been lying from day one.
Larry Dogbe, first, David Asari, who is David Asari?
David Asari used to work with this company, a company called Zoom Lion. Mm-hmm. David Asari had been, he's been part of the MPP and had even wanted to succeed Mr. Kwame Nabatel.
And Onono part of the NPP. And Onoa Saimbe say because of political when there was somebody who is an MPP person.
That was a very bizarre thing. When he came to my office and said all that. I have his recording as well.
Internet because of the internet Philip Ayensu.
He said Philip Ayensu was involved because Philip has political connections.
But he is also David Asare also MPP ni.
Yeah, he said that. Then we asked him the same question. That but you are MPP. You had even tried succeeding Mr. Kwame Nabatos. They said, oh yes, but then as you know how his people, the MPP people have tried to ostracize him and so on. So this is he doesn't have a voice. And to use, David was like the low-hanging fruit. Sorry, Philip Ayensu was the low-hanging fruit he could use to go and get this concession.
Is David Asare a director of TNG Energy Solutions?
He actually came and said that he was the owner of the company and that he now contracted this guy, what's his name, Japan Mercer, to be his lawyer. Now, then on that same thing, Japan Mercer is telling you that, he's just, flippantly, he's just saying, he's just one of the directors. But even in the company's address, the company's registered address is bearing way, it's Japan Mercer's way, law firm.
Yeah,
So
but he has stated publicly, sir, director of the company, the role in setting up the company and everything. Japan Mercer can't. I'm making it not public. So
let me tell you what he told me when we spoke with him. He initially, I think he didn't know that we had all those documents. He didn't know that we had a document. So then when we were questioning him, then we said, but you had sat, you are one of the directors of the company. They said, it is inadvertent. And that, it was something that they just told him to just put it there. And that, I think he, apart from being a director, he's also a secretary. I don't have the document with me as we speak. But he's also a secretary of that same company. And then he said, it's one of those things that, the person told him just to be a director and a secretary, and that he was later to recuse himself from that from that arrangement.
No, but Larry, is there anything wrong there, or yet director and a secretary? Is it wrong?
You see, let me tell you, I have given you an instance that BX, the Chinese company, was taken out of because of conflict of interest. They were taken out because of conflict of interest.
By MIDA, right?
Yes, exactly. By MIDA. MIDA took them out because then they said that they had not disclosed their engagement with ECG.
But to conclude, sir, this whole transaction is scam, number one. This whole transaction here to satisfy family, friends, cronies of this administration is to bring the reputation of MIDA, who began this whole process since 2014, to disrepute. Because MIDA hear everything about this whole transaction.
Sure. So then the same MIDA has taken the BX guys off. And you don't think that Japan Mercer's involvement, where he said he's a board secretary, he's also the director, and then comes to parliament and sits as an MP, and he's approving of the same transaction, you don't think there's an issue over there? Would you want to ask about Koko? What's the name? Koko is also on the board. Japan has the document on that thing. Koko, who works with this Dankwa Institute, Gavi Asore
into point this is here and say Larry, the point now and it's MIDA more they messed up this whole process. And do parliament and so no. Now it was say Honorable Japan Mercer recusing the whole of the proceedings on the day. Why point no.
Boss, listen, that whole transaction has issues. There are people without expertise. People who hadn't even managed with your friends in electrical shop before. And I have told you, said, when David Asare came to my office, he said they didn't have money to manage ECG.
And you believe, who believe David Asare?
David, he's the owner of the company. He came and said he's the owner of the company.
And you believed him?
Yes, why? He's on document. I believed him. Why? If you won't believe him, when I spoke to Japan Mercer, he confirmed that David was the guy who came to him. And
Japan confirmed that they did not have capital. Did Japan confirm?
We didn't talk about whether or not they had capital.
So based on what? Based on what now believe you David Asare?
Why if David came to my office and said that he's the owner of the company? Then I asked, okay, so how much capital are you injecting into this whole transaction? And he said they don't have money, and that the ECG makes a lot of money on a day. And so what they want is that they want to have access to this asset and use it to go and procure loans. The recordings are there. You need to listen to them.
Okay.
He said he's had private
at the time, David Ba said, "Oh, you're owner of the company, also proof be, also document be to that effect."
Okay, let me tell you what happened. David will tell you that he came on the basis that I had run a coming up. And so then David contacted somebody, a common friend, and then the friend called me and said that David Asari was going to talk to me. But then I'm not sure David and I had met before. So he came out of the coming up, out of the teaser that we had run. So he came on his own. Ask him. David's number is available. Japan Master will provide it to you.
Okay.
And I'm telling you that I have recordings of that.
Okay. Larry, I'm shocked
that Japan Master is saying that he had private conversations with you all this while. And I had run the story all this while. You could also have spoken to me so that you would have gotten a clearer picture as to what exactly it is. So that you can weigh the two as to whether I'm lying or he, Japan Master.
No. I have not done this story on my program. In private conversation like I do have with you as well. And your story I'm about running on my program. Because you're running a story on this program and you're definitely it's at the end because today is the day we are handling the story. Right, and that's why we've called you. Let me tell you, there's a lot that is happening with that transaction. And at the appropriate time, in the fullness of time, the truth is going to come out. And you think all these questions, all these are questions Mida owe the Ghanaian people answers to, right?
Precisely.
Mate.
Precisely. At the point in time, the American embassy was interested in this transaction. I forwarded some of the things to them. Well, anyway.
Mate Larry, my nase na fancy. Why?
But when you are ready, please arrange the meeting.
Problem.
Let's have.
No problem.
Should be there. David Asari should be there, and many others will be called. And I'll show you the documentation, and including sound bites when we spoke to them, the interviews and so on, and listen to the thing. How Ghana has been swindled.
Swindled is a harsh word. Swindled in what sense?
Well, I mean, I've described the thing as scandalous.
How?
We've described it as scandalous.
How?
Oh, when people are not declaring their interest, people who have no expertise whatsoever, people telling you, say, listen, we just need the asset of ECG to go and procure loans to come and manage. And people, all they are interested in is in profits into their pocket. So anytime, electricity prices go up or tariff goes up, people like a Japan Master will be making money into their pockets every now and then. Ask him. For 25 years, that thing will be there. Listen, let's have a discussion.
20 years. The concession is for 20 years.
Yeah.
20. Me da se Larry. Me na se na yenhwe emfa nsi. Na yemra back in studio. Honorable Mercer, wetie the editor of the Herald newspaper.
OBA. Awo Emma this
the editor of the Herald newspaper will raise issues. Let's deal with the issues. Say it.
Actually, the word much ado about nothing da. Abba issues no raise.
Now more can you answer?
Abba issue. There's no issue. He hasn't raised one issue. Scandalous. Ghana has been swindled. Where's the proof? The process. Mida. No manage. Everything was above board as far as I know. If so be indication be there, Mida wire the bonibia. By all means. Obi, Maka, and I'll repeat it. Demonstrable ignorance of basic corporate governance rules is unimaginable.
Waba Kwando.
Director, I'm interest no more if Ghana ECG is making money. Am I a shareholder? So if he says that the Japanese will make his car every day that ECG is making profit, what does it mean? Company what only shares another government on your transaction no. What for on PDS? Am I a director of PDS?
No.
Am I a shareholder of PDS?
On Asempa FM.
So what is he talking about?
But you are a director of a company that's part of the consortium.
Let me be so there. Whatever decisions a PDS will be taken, one board is the one that takes. So when declare dividend, they will pay it to their shareholders.
Yes.
Shareholders of TG Energy. Am I part? This is basic. Fundamental. And see, look, I'm not worried. Because I've always said, the issues are clear.
So you are a director with no monetary interest
in
TNG Solutions.
Which interest? Some me look your board meeting about your transport
allowance na transporter. On na ebe nye bia.
Oh, OBO. Na you know. About your car.
No, say the person on your executive director.
You see,
non-executive director.
You've gone to law school. Yeah. The certificate are ekitan. You order
the other thing is when the transaction came to the plenary.
Fantastic. Manyashi.
Because
Obi. Did I exercise control over Parliament in approving the transaction?
You voted, didn't you?
Question me so no answer dem me.
Me be sa question.
Me be sa wasam. Did I exercise control over Parliament?
In what sense? Mentase.
But what does conflict of interest mean?
The approval came down to voting, and you voted.
Parliament. Now, Obi.
Yes.
Think about it.
Yes.
Parliament. How many members are?
275.
No, maybe so there. So if I voted, what's the effect? Assuming, what's the effect?
Conflict of interest.
How?
Because I was interest in the transaction.
No, fantastic. Was my interest disclosed?
No, nyabutre meba sami nyabutre. Sisi I Larry Kasawi and it's only fair say.
Was my interest disclosed or not?
According to you, in the document obey now we interest was disclosed in there.
So what else?
So why couldn't you have said there to
under which rule?
Make everything sacrosanct.
Under which rule?
I'm recusing myself
under which
from
rule?
voting.
Under which rule? Under the rule. I mean, pander to pedestrian arguments by people who obviously don't know anything about the subject matter. Or no, more qualifying. Many problem. I'm not saying no new way, but when it comes to the subject matter, clearly, it's in this topic about PDS because only those to determine the interest. Sure. What's our ban? What divert ESLA funds? Do you know it's a criminal act?
Without parliamentary approval.
As an opposition, what's the gun of we to Abamohon? What's our ban? What divert funds? They don't take any action. At the very least, one censure Minister of Finance for breach of the ESLA Act. So you hear them going around. Minister, what divert the funds? Why were your people to hold government accountable? But we to be because as some work and or some what can just to pollute the air. Nobody will interrogate it further. No wage at all. Damn governance in the area of Roma. As a minister, use the rules. Nagana for the Papa, no bandan, no work in the parliament. Now another way now court. No one business. That's what an opposition does. Now one can summon Ngumano.
Okay.
Because obviously, Asamno Nitsi and Nanan on Kesaga. And share consistently the trend. Maza, and I'm going to introduce the PDS subject and I will deal with all the issues that you raised.
That's one time permitted.
No.
Time permitted.
To speak for government.
Lawyer Mercer.
Relax. So let me deal with the issues that bother government.
Don't worry. Time no me media. And me chema won kakra. Now wait, don't worry. On your strenuous. It is something that bordered on you, your integrity, the integrity of your government, and all of that.
Sisi Ayewa.
Yes.
Sisi Ayewa. Ma tutu. Because I've come to realize them open the way you there. When your MPP member of parliament be missing war transaction no, even though not directly related. Into one jina don't see just to paint government black. That's all. You can say everything that you want. The truth is there. Fact. I'm not bothered.
Okay.
Because Obi Sabiwa Ababan na transaction and I've did the master me no come several times. All my colleague MPs on both sides. Me roll me play home. It's a lawyer.